Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Tuesday, the 4th of November, 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. Obviously, just going to go through some posts on my feed because they're looking very juicy, especially with the prices. Like, look at that. It looks like BlackRock are dumping on Coinbase and on Binance. Like, they are getting rid of that shit by the looks of it. So we will investigate what is going on there. And then after that, we'll just go through the figures. Oh, look at that. GregCoin, $100,000. That is taking a beating. B crash below $500. Fisher Price cash, who cares? Bitcoin steady at $21. $21. Still in third place in terms of utility, though. Yeah, holding its own against the big dog. Woof. My goodness. Right, there we go. Okay, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong and transactions flying free. Just wait for the terror node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. So let's start off with this one. I thought this was hilarious. So who was it that put this? Blackbird Club has put this post out. It said, BSV is the unvaxxed Bitcoin. Changed my mind. But I might use that as the thumbnail. That absolutely tickled me. That one did. That was brilliant. So yeah, loving that. Also another post shared here from Cash App Sirama, saying with Bitcoin that's GregCoin, tanking and MicroStrategy down 11% year to date, Saylor seems to be getting desperate. The newest capital raise using a strategy preferred, which complements the already used strategy and then all the other stock tickers there, comes with an important clause. If MicroStrategy is too broke to pay dividends on strategy stock, it will dilute holders of its other securities and come up with the cash within 60 days. Let's see if this is sufficient reassurance to induce investors to risk their capital for a 10% yield. Oh, 10% yield. Strategy announces proposed initial public offering of, what's that? Euro-denominated strategy stock. Oof. Dear, that guy has no idea what he's done. He hasn't done his research. He's read the white paper. He's got no idea about all the political shenanigans that's gone on behind the scenes. Like, gee, but again, the way he set it up, though, it's the stockholders, it's the investors that are going to be holding the bag, not him. He's going to get off scot-free, but he's just pumping this Ponzi scheme. Jacob King has also said here, GregCoin's only purpose is to serve as a tool for speculative gambling. When it soon collapses below 100K, investors will panic and dump en masse. In past bear markets, crypto has lost 85 to 90% of its value within a year. The same pattern will repeat. This bubble is so inflated with fraud and fake money that it's bound to pop at any moment. Smart money has been offloading for months. What's left are the retail sheep. Get out before it's too late. Yeah, and somebody inside has obviously put a $200 million 10x leverage bet on GregCoin going down. So someone knows something. It's whales that manipulate the market. And to Jacob King post there, I said, yeah, it's the fraudsters that create the fraud and get out first. Retail investors get shat on. And that's what's going to happen. Like, jeepers. But, I'm doing my best to educate people. Check this out. David Icke is back on YouTube. Would you believe it? After being banned in 2020 for talking about COVID. And suddenly they've let him back on. But OX Nobler has said here, breaking, BlackRock just started dumping all their crypto holdings. They're non-stop selling GregCoin and ETH, over $300 million dumped on retailing in just 15 minutes. What is going on? And that's when the price was $104,000. and it's now down to 100. But look, BlackRock IBIT, so I think that's their ETF. But look, they're selling all the BC1 and moving to Coinbase. Oof, oof. What's going on? Well, we know what's going on. I wonder if they heard my podcast. Podghost podcast has got over 1 million views, talking about the #1 legacy address. Now they're dumping all this SegWit shit. That's what's going on. Let's have a listen to this. There's warnings about the New World Order. This is what's coming to fruition right now. Let's have a listen.
Your family, your child, your mother, there isn't anything that you have or ever hope to have that they're not planning on taking away. I'm talking about the oligarchy of evil that controls this country. The American dream is over. The American nightmare is here. The big picture, they want it all. They want to enslave your child, your wife, your mother. There isn't anything that you ever had. There isn't anything that you own. There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away. Sheeple. Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We're being led like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evilarchy. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency. On the backside of the dollar bill, you'll find the Illuminati pyramid. Annuit Septus. Novus Ordo Seclorum.
If you look very closely, you will see an owl.
So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole new age movement, the new world order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them.
No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying.
We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug resistant or drug free.
I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They simply want to exterminate them. But that they consider them to be useless eaters.
Words are very important to the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country.
Future shocker, biochip. And this is what Anthony showed you earlier, a biochip. That's an injectable computer chip, an economic mark in the back of our right hands or in our foreheads.
You've got a choice. You can join in this fight, or you can die as a slave.
Wow, and that was filmed in 1993. Jeepers. Oh, let's just go back to my profile there. So yeah, I've just shared these ones. This was the one we just looked at, saying BlackRock just started dumping all of their crypto holdings. They're non-stop selling, and GregCoin and ETH over 300 million dumped on retail investors in just 15 minutes. And that was also Jacob King saying BlackRock has just deposited 2,042 GregCoin worth $213 million and 22,000 ETH worth $79 million onto Coinbase. Looks like they're gearing up to dump on retail again. And OX Nobler has also said Binance is dumping crypto en masse. Liquidate retail longs. Last time they did this, GregCoin dumped hard and the market crashed by $19 billion. This is pure manipulation. Don't get shaken out. Well, don't get shaken out. You're going to get ridden down is what's going on there. Look at that. $102,000 and it's still going down. Still going down. Jeepers. So, yeah. Right then. Just have a look at this last one. I thought was quite funny. I just posted this one. Isn't it strange that any fish caught in the English Channel belong to the EU, but any humans found they belong to the UK? Notice how they called it the English Channel. They haven't changed the name of that either. The English Channel. Yeah, England. Although they'll try and tell you that England doesn't exist anymore. So let's have a look at this. Coin dance. GregCoin under 101,000, so it's like $100,000. $100,000. 911, would you believe it? B crash 485, Fisher price cash, who cares? But Bitcoin at just $21. $21. You know, the original protocol goes right back to the Genesis block. It hasn't changed, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and the world's first and only ever digital commodity, backed by the value of data sovereignty, making it the most valuable commodity on earth because it's an extension of our own personal freedoms and liberties. Hash rate saying it's 0.0, node saying 0.0%. But transactions, though, 61.84. Well, what's processing the transactions if there are no nodes on the network and there's no hash rate? Something doesn't make sense there, but transactions going up 61% and block size down 97. Let's have a look at these 3-figure blocks coming through. 169, 135, 102, 138, 143, 148, 139, 177. Look at that, beautiful blocks coming through. Loving that. We've got more data in one of those blocks than the entire column on GregCoin. GregCoin can't get all of their blocks over a megabyte. Dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. They're dead chains, basically. It's currently 38,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than GregCoin. Whoa, mining Bitcoin at a 12% comparable profit. We will take that. We will take that. So if things continue on this path, we might even see some big dog miners coming across. They're like, oh, hold on a minute, 12% more profitable. We'll take that. You know, and is the price of GregCoin going to start tanking even more? Oof, is all we can say to that one. Right, here we go. GregCoin hash rate. Other miners looks like it's 6% on there. B crash. Other miners like 16%. Fisher Price Cash, who cares? And then CoinDart's not really reporting the figures there for Bitcoin. But look at this, 529,000 transactions over the last 24 hours, creeping up on XRP in second, and then Ethereum in first place. Won't be long before we overtake them. Third place, look at that, and yet ranked in the 90s in market cap. Absolutely crazy. And look at this. This looks pretty strong over the last 24 hours. Look at that. Look at that. That is GregCoin tanking. And Bitcoin going up in comparison here on DXS app. Let's have a look at this on Orange Gateway. So we've got 24-hour low of Bitcoin, $21.11. 24-hour high, $22.81. But then let's just compare that to GregCoin. Look at it, up against GregCoin. So that means it's GregCoin that's tanking. It is GregCoin that is shitting its knickers, having trouble sustaining itself because it's a load of shit. Wow. Not seen that before. Not seen that for a long time. Oh, it's going down even further. $100,304. Wow. Wow. Look at that, dropping off a cliff. Dropping off a cliff. The overall market down to $3.29 trillion. Let's have a look at, oh, look at that, all dropping off a cliff. All of them dropping off a cliff. On the right-hand side here. Some odd ones going up just because they've got to try and distract the traders away from genuine Bitcoin. Can't let that secret out of the bag because that would ruin their plans entirely. Look at the charts on the left, look. Trying to kid yourselves that they're all similar. But Bitcoin kind of holding its own there. Cheap. Oh, $20 cheap as app. Oh no, they're back up to $21.06. Holding its own there in the market though, look. Amazing. So Huobi in terms of trade volume, followed by CoinDCX. Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate all these figures are, but we'll have to take everything that we see with a pinch of salt these days. Let's have a look at some 365 days of Bitcoin history. On the 4th of November 2013, the price of Bitcoin was just $225. And that's back in 2013. 2013 prices. And people are, 2013 prices. And yet we're picking up Bitcoin for now $20. $20. Crazy. 4th of November 2011, a Bitcoin Talks forum user named Pirate at 40 announced the creation of a Bitcoin investment fund called Bitcoin Savings and Trust, promising to the investors a return on investment of 7% per week. The fund encountered a fast and great success, collecting 700,000 BTC and ran. Okay, there. So look, Bitcoin savings and trust, genuine or joke, Bitcoin savings and trust investigation, pirate Ponzi, and 6th of November 2014, CoinDesk. Markets 2014, a Bitcoin Ponzi scheme charged with criminal securities fraud. I mean, how on earth could you not know that that wasn't a Ponzi scheme? But 700,000 BTC. I mean, again, people are just thinking that, you know, treating it like it's a currency from a bank and the bank giving interest on it. But 7% a week, that is insane. But they amassed nearly a million Bitcoin back then in 2011. What must the price have been in 2011? Jeepers. I must have used maybe like in $10 or something. But they raked in 700,000 BTC in that Ponzi scheme. And Ponzi scheming hasn't even stopped since then. 4th of November 2019, the Missing Crypto Queen, Episode 8, the Technology and the Dream. That was a great podcast, that was. 4th of November 2023, COPA released documents claiming a forgery that Craig Wright altered a document from the 17th of September 2025 that was released again on the 28th of October 2025 that contains language similar to that found in the Bitcoin white paper. Again, that was an absolute stitch up, that case. That was utterly contempt of court. You know, an absolute farce, not even allowing examination, only cross-examination. But you can't have cross-examination without examination anyway. What an absolute joke. Anyway, there we go. That's just a quick 16-minute show today. Hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, be away, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.